A girl tried to hold her newborn brother, but her mother told her to go away. She turns to play alone in the living room. Since her brother was born, she has not felt the love of her parents. After being distracted by her brother's cries, the girl thinks it would be better if he disappeared. The next second, her brother stopped crying when her mother came down to find the child missing. She immediately accused the girl of hiding him somewhere. The girl was filled with aggression and innocence because she had done nothing. After being pinched by her mother, the girl looked at the couch and suddenly heard a baby crying from under it. Her mother looked and found the baby stuck under the couch and wondered how it could fit into such a small space. They tried to lift the couch but couldn't do it, so they had to call the father to move the couch and rescue the baby. After the incident, the parents looked at their daughter with suspicion, startling her, but she had no idea what had happened. The next day, the mother took the baby to the bath, but when she went to get the soap, the baby disappeared again. The mother panics and the father rushes to the girl's room, shaking her awake and accusing her of hiding the child. The family looked everywhere, including under the couch, but could not find him. The girl is confused and remembers her strange dream of walking on ice with fish swimming in the water. She thought if the fish would play with her brother, her parents would come back to her. She ran outside to find her brother, and her father followed her. She pointed to the ice, and although her father didn't believe her, he ran over and saw a strange shadow on the ice. He tried to break the ice to save his son, but was unsuccessful. Their son's departure caused the mother to grieve so much that she climbed the railing, barefoot to be reunited with her son, but fell and was paralyzed. The father thought long and hard and decided that their daughter could not stay any longer. So he tricked her out of the house and pretended to go hunting. He pointed his gun at her and blamed her for their loss. However, he couldn't bring himself to shoot his daughter, despite the fact that she was a monster with strange powers. After struggling for a while, he lowered the gun and watched the phone run away, realizing that she was still his daughter. Since then, the girl has grown up under constant parental surveillance. Even bathing with her father's help, she has no memories of her childhood, except that she had to drink a glass of water every day before going to bed and take a different medicine when she woke up. Eventually, when she went to college, she left home and thought her parents loved her because they called every day to remind her to take her medication. In the library, Raven flew to the glass to kill herself, and her left hand began to shake until her whole body shook and she broke down. After being taken to the hospital, no problem was found, and the doctor asked her if she had similar symptoms in her childhood, but she couldn't remember anything. The girl thought she had fainted because she was not well, so she went swimming for exercise. However, strangely enough, the ceiling light seemed to malfunction, and suddenly the girl's body started shaking again. She lost control and sank into the water. At that critical moment, she woke up and swam frantically to the surface, but found that the water had frozen and she couldn't get out. With a strong will to live, the girl desperately called for help and kept pounding the water. Suddenly, the water melted and the girl was able to breathe. After being rescued, she quickly went to see a psychiatrist, but as the doctor kept asking her questions, the girl became more and more emotional. This time, she inadvertently caused the death of her best friend. Even her jumping into the water couldn't extinguish the spark inside her. The girl began to doubt herself and went to the hospital for counseling. But under hypnosis, the girl starts shaking and having nightmares. The police could not continue the interrogation. When she returned home, she saw scattered clothes and a handful of long hair caught in the window glass. She remembered her nightmare of her best friend being taken away by a mysterious force. The girl panics and calls her friend, but can't find her. Crying, she calls her father and tells him everything that has happened and that she wants to go home. Her father immediately knew that his daughter's special powers had awakened and demanded that she go home immediately. Anything she wanted could be made real through this ability. However, because she cannot control her ability well, accidents happen every time she uses it. When she was young, she unintentionally caused the death of her brother in order to gain her parents' love. Now, because she wants her friend, she doesn't know where that person has disappeared to. After learning the truth, the girl was in great pain. She was afraid that her parents would send her to a mental institution because of what had happened to her brother. She pleaded with her father not to treat her this way, but he remained silent and continued to make her take her medication every day. That day, her father went to the lake to mourn his son as usual, but strangely enough, a flock of crows surrounded him and his palms began to smoke. He quickly jumped into the water to put out the fire, but just as it surfaced, the flames rekindled and he lost consciousness, sinking completely into the water to rest with his son. Meanwhile, The girl in the bed woke up and immediately realized that something was wrong. She walks to the lake and sees an empty boat. She asks for it and jumps into the water to find out more, but is washed back to shore. Her father also left her forever. With this heavy blow, the girl understood karma, and her mysterious power was fully awakened. She touched her mother's feet, then packed her things and left the house. Her mother stood up and found that her leg had healed. The girl went to school and focused her energy on her best friend. Sure enough, her friend came back and they walked together, marking the beginning of a new life for the girl.